I'm telling you, your waist will just start to, like, without even a lot of effort, right? Okay, so we're just gonna dive right into it, not waste no time. You're trying to get a smaller waist, you're trying to lose inches in your waist, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. I myself lost 30 pounds, never gained it back after 7 years. I lost 30 pounds 7 years ago and never gained it back. So I guarantee that these things work if you implement them and do them over 30, 60, 90-day period. So let's get into it. Number one, you got to get rid of the sugar. I got rid of sugar for 6 months and I learned so much about myself, my body, and really tapping into cravings versus if I'm actually hungry or not. And I'm not telling you that you need to get rid of sugar for 6 months, but if you're really trying to lose the weight and never gain it back and never do this yo-yo weight gain, where it really messes with your confidence, it really messes with your self-esteem, it really messes with your self-love and all that, right? When you get rid of the sugar, you're really able to become embodied with the habits of somebody that can sustain the type of body that they want, right? So when you get rid of processed sugar, you get back in touch with your natural energy. You, again, can really decipher between cravings versus hunger, because again, every time you eat sugar, most people, I didn't know this until honestly a couple years ago. Even when I lost the weight and cut out sugar, I didn't know that there was actually like a huge reason why it's so important. I don't think I realized the magnitude of how important it was. Every time we eat something that is processed or has sugar in it, our body has a blood sugar spike. It has an insulin spike. And what happens is that insulin spike, we feel really good. It shoots off dopamine and we're like, ooh, this feels like really good. This tastes so fire. It's good, right? And then all of a sudden, 60 minutes to 90 minutes later, the insulin goes back down and then boom, we have another craving again because our body's like, okay, we want that rush again. We want that dopamine hit again, right? So tap into blood sugar, right? I'm not going to get too deep into blood sugar in this video, but blood sugar is huge. It is, once I learned about blood sugar, I just was like, why didn't I know this when I was like 18? But keep your blood sugar low, and you can do that by cutting out sugar, cutting out processed food, and you just got to do what you got to do. Okay. So what I did to do that, I personally did a cold turkey. I don't have to necessarily do that method. I would suggest to do it because the only thing is, again, the blood sugar spiked. So if you're like, oh, I'm just going to have a little bit of sugar, maybe like a little bit less sugar than I usually do today, and then go down each day. Because of the blood sugar spikes, it keeps giving you dopamine. Even if you're eating a little bit of sugar, it still gives you the dopamine hit. So I just cut out all sugar together. I even reduced the fruit just to really get in touch with like feeling, is my body actually hungry or is it craving something sweet, right? So I'm obsessed with fruit, never cut out fruit all the way. I just went down to like berries and raspberries. I didn't really eat like the mangoes and the pineapples and things like that, or the bananas for those 6 months, but I replaced sugar with stevia. I know people don't like stevia, but you can use dates, you can use monk fruit. There's so many, like in 2023 and literally beyond, I just know that the industry is going to get better and better and better at making things taste really good without cane sugar, just with white sugar. So it's kind of easier than ever to cut out sugar, in my opinion, than it was like 7-8 years ago. But just, I went cold turkey. It was tough for the first week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. But after that, I all of a sudden tapped into natural energy that was always sitting there waiting for me to use, but I just never was using because I was getting dopamine hits from constantly, snacking on chips or snacking on some kind of sugary snack and then having a loaded carb filled meal. And of course I'm feeling happy and ooh, everything tastes so good, but realizing I'm not putting any nutrients in my body, spiking my blood sugar out of control. I'm not utilizing the blood sugar spike. Like when you have a blood sugar spike, you really should be, that's why like a lot of athletes, they can eat whatever they want, arguably, and then like still look shredded because they're literally utilizing that dopamine or that insulin spike. They're using that on the field or on the court or, running in a marathon or whatever, right? So unless you're going to do something like that, try to reduce your blood sugar spikes by not eating a ton of processed stuff, not eating sugar. And what you can do is just sit down, put on your favorite podcast, put on your favorite music, whatever you got to do, and just sit down for 30 minutes and really write out all the healthiest whole foods that you actually enjoy. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, clean meat, clean fish. Figure out combinations of meals that you're going to have in your refrigerator that are going to make you feel like you're still enjoying food, but you're not eating a ton of processed food. And again, do it for 30, 60, 90 days. And I'm telling you, the weight will start, your waist will just start to, like, without even a lot of effort, right? And just a quick little tip with that, pair it with drinking green tea 3 times a day, morning, noon, night. Drink green tea and it naturally speeds up your metabolism, okay? So do those at the same time and you'll be golden. So get rid of the sugar if you're trying to lose the 25 to 30 pounds. I did it for 6 months. I never gained the weight back. Like, that's just my biggest thing. It's because I just was like so thankful that I did it that way, because I got so in touch with like, okay, ooh, if I eat that, I get bloated. Ooh, if I eat that, my face starts to break out. Ooh, if I eat that one thing, I start to have low energy. Ooh, because I cut out everything. So then when I started to slowly incorporate things back, it was like I was in touch with all like the alarm systems, kind of like a car. Like there's like little like bells and whistles that go off when things are like depleted or the car needs something. That I was able to get more in touch with that. So get rid of the sugar for at least 30, 60, 90 days, and then have it every once in a while after that. You're actually going to find that things become too sweet. So let me know in the comments if you're vibing with that. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done that, a sugar-free moment in your life, but it's really, really good. I'm telling you, trying to get snatched, it is what it is. Get rid of the sugar, period. 2, to get a snatched waist. So in combination with getting rid of the sugar, which you're also getting rid of the processed food in that, and you're getting rid of the toxins, right? That it's in all of those processed boxed food, right? And the little bonus tip was drink all that with green tea. Not decaffeinated, by the way, but number 2 is the sauna. Do yourself a favor and find yourself a sauna. I use 24 Hour Fitness. They have a sauna. I know they have it at LA Fitness. I know they have it at most gyms now for really cheap every single month, even if you don't care to actually use the gym. And you might end up wanting to use the gym because there's all these like cool things, but literally just Google sauna near me. Okay. Just sauna near me, and many saunas should pop up. And it's so amazing because you get, the benefits are just insane. Number 1, it makes you look younger. So that's number 1. And who doesn't want to look younger? I mean, I know we all love to be on the planet longer, and every single year that we're on the planet, it truly is a blessing, but we want to do it gracefully, right? So the sauna is amazing for that. And the reason why is because it's getting rid of toxins out of your body. So in combination with not putting as many toxins in your body, the toxins that are already sitting in your body from the years of buildup, it comes out of your body. So you're going to want to do that 3 to 5 times a week for at least 20 minutes. Of course, you can work up to that. If you do not have any access to a sauna anywhere, like within 30-mile radius of where you live, do have them on Amazon. You can get a hot blanket, I think, for a decent, again, this is something, if you really, really want to lose the weight, you got to invest in yourself, but you have it forever, right? So I think the hot blankets, and it really just makes you sweat, I think they're like decently priced, maybe below $100. They do have at-home saunas that you can purchase at different ranges of prices, depending on how, you want it with all the bells and whistles. But that's my like number 1 secret. I have been using a sauna since I was like 21 years old, and have been on the planet for 37 years. Okay. So a sauna is so crucial if you're trying to lose that extra, you're getting out the excess water weight, you're getting out the toxins out of your system. You sweat waist trimmer, put that on as well. So it's also getting out the toxins out of your body, and you're not going to want to be putting those back in. And another tip, when you're in the sauna, you're going to want to make sure to have some kind of electrolytes or coconut water after that, because not only are we getting rid of the toxins, but we are getting rid of just the water in our system, which usually has like vitamins and minerals in it. So you don't want to deplete yourself from like all your energy for that day. So you want to incorporate good stuff back in, which is coconut water, some kind of electrolyte. I don't want to even encourage Gatorade or vitamin water. There's too much sugar in it. So if you can just get access to some kind of electrolytes, you can get the little packets, put it in some water, or they have really good products out there, have electrolytes with sugar-free, where there's no sugar. And don't care about the taste. We're trying to lose those inches around the waist. So who cares about if it tastes good or not, right? And most electrolyte drinks that are sugarless don't even taste bad anyway, in my opinion. And I love coconut water. That's really my go-to. So definitely tap in with that. So do that in combination with not having processed sugar. Okay. Number 3, in combination with the other 2, if you're really trying to lose weight quickly and safely and in a healthy way, And this is supposed to set you up for the long term, right? Because we don't ever want to gain it back, right? Like we don't want to just get snatched for the summer and then go hard and not have gained any kind of discipline or learn how to get in touch with our body or really become embodied with really understanding like how to live a balanced, harmonious lifestyle with, between nutrition, exercise, stress management, all that. That's the purpose here. But this is like a quick, this is a really quick deep dive crash course on how to get a snatch waist quickly, but then it's supposed to set us up for success in the future, right? So the next one is a juice cleanse. And I know, again, by me just even saying that, let me already know your opinion. Pause this and actually put down below like what you think I'm going to say. Also subscribe, by the way, and press the like button if you're vibing with what I'm saying. It helps me know that what I'm saying, like we're on the same page, right? I'm helping you out. This is why I love to make these kind of videos. So definitely subscribe. But a 3-day juice cleanse. You don't have to start with 3 days. You could start with 1. You could start with half a day, right? You could start maybe with just having a juice for dinner and then maybe work up to a 3-day juice cleanse. But do a 3-day juice cleanse. Do your research on the cleanse. I've done them. I've never had not one issue with them ever. I feel like the juice cleanse does, it helped me get back in touch with my body, right? Like just really feeling into my body. Like, okay, so when I eat this, does my back hurt? When I eat this, do I feel cramps somewhere? When I eat this, the 3-day juice cleanse, do not do a juice cleanse expecting only like, oh, I just like lost weight and then now I can eat whatever I want. The juice cleanse is supposed to get rid of toxins, clean out your system. Really amazing juice bars out there now. There's juice bars that I feel like they've popped up everywhere in America. Of course, you can make juice at home, so definitely look at recipes on YouTube or just Google juice bars area, and then most of them have some kind of like 3-day juice program that they can set you up with. I usually use Pressed Juice. It's called Pressed Juicery. I believe it's Pressed Juicery. But there's so many juice places. I'm sure you'll be able to find one. And what it does is, again, cleans out your system, and it's supposed to set you up for success to then start to incorporate fresh whole foods, fresh, fruits, fresh vegetables, fresh clean meat. If you eat meat, I don't eat meat, but if you eat meat, introducing back fresh, clean fish, different meats, your beef, whatever it is, everything clean, and also really digging into your portion size. Like the way that we eat in America with the portion size is just wild. So the juice cleanse is supposed to set you up for success with that. So definitely do a juice cleanse in combination with the sauna, in combination with cutting back on sugar and processed foods in general. And I'm telling you, the weight is just the inches are just gonna be falling off, and you're gonna be like, ooh, I just feel fire. Okay, so the next one. This one actually has to do with salt. Try to have things, and we need salt. So again, it's actually a trace mineral that we really need. But if you can consume less salt, like if you're somebody that has a lot of salt in your diet, if you really look at your diet throughout, the days that you've been eating, like look back at your week and say, do I eat a lot of things with salt in it? Really check to see if you eat a lot of things with salt in it. And if you do, try to reduce the salt. Either don't add salt to your meals, or so what happens is a lot of times we will intake salt and then it makes the body hold on to water. So it's not going to necessarily make you lose weight, but if you're trying to lose inches, especially if you want to lose inches quickly and you need to like get ready for an event quickly, and you do these steps that set you up for success to literally continue to lose the weight over time. Low sodium is a really, really good one. I did low sodium, no sugar, no processed food, sauna, juice cleanse, and it just literally revitalized my body into, again, just getting back in touch with like what it really needs, making sure it's nourished, making sure it has the vitamins and minerals, and making sure that I'm just really fueling my body correctly, right? So that's what we want to do. So just stay away from salt. If you have to take salt, for medical reasons, of course, that's your thing. Any information that I'm giving is just based on what I've done, and I'm just sharing it with you, and you're more than welcome to do with it as you please. But that is a big one. If you want to just kind of like lose a layer of like, that's a big one. If you want to just kind of like lose a layer of like excess water weight, that's okay. So the next one, I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, but portions, your portions. If you're trying to get snatched, if you're trying to lose that weight, you got to allow your body to tap into think about this. what is fat? It's literally food on your body. So you got to give your body a chance to tap into the food that's already sitting on the body itself. So you want to make sure that you're not having these humongous typical American size portion size of food. You want to make sure that you're having, I mean, arguably half the size, but packed with vitamins and nutrient dense food. Okay. So I'm not necessarily saying eat less calories, right? But you won't even be able to eat as many calories if you have more whole foods. Like, again, your favorite vegetables, your favorite fruits, your favorite nuts, the lean meats and things like that, healthy, good oils like olive oil, avocado oil, things like that. You just won't even be able to eat in abundance of that stuff because there's so much fiber in it that your body just feels so satiated when you have protein and fiber inside of your body. Portion size. And again, the reason why portions can be so big typically is because there's no fiber in the food, in a lot of the starches and a lot of the processed foods, a lot of the sugary foods that we eat. There's no fiber in it. So it's like, oh, well, why can we eat so much with that? It's because our body's literally just sending off sensors because it's craving it. It's not even like it needs it, and it's actually full. But what you can do is make sure to eat where you're not full, right? So you can do portion sizes, or you can just eat to where you're not like, you don't have that full feeling. So what I like to tell people is try to eat to where you have like 5 or 6 bites left on the plate. Now, if whatever that would look like for you, just make your plate to that size, right? Or just feel into your body. Like if you're like, I kind of just don't really know, or I'm just so used to feeling that like really heavy, like I feel stuffed. That's when I know I'm full. Then you're going to have to do just don't eat the last 4 to 5 to 6 bites left on your plate. But if you are more in touch, then what you can do is just eat till 80%. So just eat till you're like, okay, like I feel good. I could have more bites, but I don't need it, because what happens is there's sensors at the top of our stomach that go up to our brain that tells us that and then our brain's like, okay, cool, this body is done eating for the time being. But that process takes 20 minutes. So a lot of times people will say, oh, well, no, I could eat. And then they're like, ooh, I'm so full. Like, oh, I feel crazy, but it just was so good. Well, a lot of times they're just still eating when like they're eating past the level of full, because they're not waiting for that process to go, that communication to go through with the stomach and the brain saying, hey, this, like, we're good. We don't need any more food. So just try to tap into that. Now that you have this knowledge, just try to tap into that yourself, and just eat till 80% where you're like, I'm good. That was satisfying. I'm good. I could go to the full feeling, but I'm just going to like not do that today. And then just see if you can do it. And all of a sudden 20 minutes later, you'll find like, oh wow, like I actually really am full, right? So do that. So do all those things that I just listed, but combine them with walking. Okay, combine them with walking. So even for me, I walk every night now for an hour. It's a nice, stress-free, I'm not even trying to really like break a sweat or anything. It's just like I listen to a good podcast, I walk at night, and I actually try to stand and walk as much as I can. If it's something that I can do standing or walking, I actually try to do that. And it just gives number one, you're reducing stress, because like we all know, work out more. Here's a workout routine. Here's this dumbbell. Do this lunge, do this squat, and it's just like, if you can just figure out how to move your body more, and walking is one of the best things that you can do. And half the time we're sitting when we really could be walking or standing, doing something, right? So just even something like, if you're going to go get a coffee, like say Saturday's your day off and you usually wake up and go to Starbucks and get a coffee. Well, instead of like driving to a Starbucks, maybe walk and listen to a good podcast and just walk and take in the sun, or, make it a thing, right? So just walk as much as you can. You'd be surprised how much weight will literally fall off your body by just walking consistently every single day, right? If you find that you're not really walking, what I want to challenge you on is to really look at your past weeks, right? Your past month, and really see how much do you really move your body. And I'm not even talking about just like getting your workout in, 3 or 4 days a week, and then you're like, okay, that's enough. But then on the other days, like you're really just sitting most of the time, whether you're sitting at work or you're sitting on your phone, or you're sitting watching Netflix. It's like we're almost like, I've heard people say this, we're like in a sitting pandemic. It's like we need to walk more. We need to move our body more. So just find more ways to walk. I've fell in love with doing my nighttime walks. And it, for me, I look forward to it because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go hard all day, and then I get to have a fire early dinner, and then I'm gonna ease out my night with just, you know, a good walk. If you have children, if you have a family, make it a family thing. It's a beautiful family thing. And it's actually something me and my sisters used to do with my dad. It was really, really dope. It's a really beautiful memory that I have of, well, memories of walking with my dad and my sisters. And we would, you know, have a really, really yummy Indian food. I'm half Punjabi, so we would like eat up this fire food. And he would, you know, want to work off the food, so he'd be like, come on, let's go, we're gonna go walking. And we're like, yay. And we would like watch the sunset go down, and it was just really nice. So if you do that with your family, it's a beautiful thing to bond with the family and lose some inches around your waist. In combination, I keep hitting this crystal. Maybe it wants to talk to me or something. I don't know. Let me know if you're into crystals down below. That's super off topic, but let me know. But yes, in combination with everything else that I told you, do all those things. And if you want to dive deeper, I have other videos about this topic, right? And other videos that don't require any exercise at all, diving deeper into these things. So I'll link that video, those videos down below, or it might be linked up here somewhere. And I also have a how to lose belly fat ebook guide where I give all of my tips and tricks, play by play, the implementation of how to actually lose the weight. So if you want to check that out, click the first link down below as well. It's how to lose belly fat. Also, again, subscribe. I'm telling you, do these for 30, 60, 90 days, and your body's going to love you. It's going to set yourself up for success to never gain the weight back again, and just really get yourself on a good level playing field with just getting back in touch with like really feeling into your body and really listening to what it needs. That's all that I have, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.